We are, at least I think we are live. I'm not 100% sure because I have a little spinning circle that, yes, it just stopped spinning and we are live. We are live. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Tiffany Henyard, aka the city girl mayor, is back at it again. She's doing an interview tour, going from place to place, telling lies with Black people who won't do a good job of fact checking her lies. She's doing interviews with national podcasts or people in New York. Suspiciously enough, and a lot of people in the comment sections are saying that she's refusing interviews with journalists in Chicago, but she will go do national media publications while advertising her podcast while still being as corrupt as they come. Angela Yee was the latest, for lack of a better word, victim. She's not really a victim. She's a volunteer, completely complicit. She's an accomplice to all the crimes. Let's oversell it. She's an accomplice. The latest accomplice is Angela Yee, after Roland Martin had to save face and try to do a fake fact check video after he got clowned for very weak journalism the first time that he had her on, or the only time that he had her on. He tried to clean it up, but it didn't quite work. Now, Angela Yee is facing the same criticism after her interview with Tiffany Henyard, the city girl mayor. So we're going to go through that. We're going to break that down. So strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
We've done so much, so little, for so long, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Make sure you go and check out, subscribe to Machismo TV. The link is in the chat room and it's pinned to the top. So here we are again today. We are all gathered here today talking about Tiffany Henyard, the city girl mayor, the super mayor, as we're gonna hear them formally break down. She get called the super mayor because she has some supervisor position in one place, got a mayor position in another place. She got two different full-time jobs, of which she's using both of those jobs to be corrupt. And that's what she's doing. That's ultimately what she's doing. But more importantly, the interesting part of this will really just put her all the way on my radar is the mere fact that it's black media outlets, major, more national black media outlets who are doing the things to run interference for her, and the lengths that they go to try to run interference for her. That will just never will cease to amaze me. I can't get that one out of my head, because we talk about, black people governing our own, governing ourselves, policing ourselves, doing all of this ourselves. What does it, how does that manifest, and how does that look? We'll end up with people that are behaving and acting just as corrupt as the white people that we complain about. And then just like how other white people and white media outlets will run interference for the corrupt white people, well, you got black people doing the same thing, running interference for the corrupt black people. And I've heard these arguments and seen these arguments that we need to let them rock. We need to let them get in position. We need to let them get into power. We need to help them move on up. But the people who they screwing over on their way up is mostly black people. Even though Angela Yee, in this interview that we're going to talk about, is going to try to spin it like it was about racism, like it's about white people coming after her, trying to take her down because she's a black woman. That's the narrative that gets spun. But shout out to everybody in the building. Let's get into it real quick. Shout outs real quick before we get into it. Mr. Snazzy in the building. Shout out to you. Keep it 100 in the building. What's up? Salute to you. I ain't spoke to you in a minute. Glad to see you in here. Dark Low IQ in the building. Shout out to you, TD Hutch. Mr. Snazzy says she avoiding anyone that holds her feet to the fire. Absolutely, because she will not do an interview with a Chicago journalist. She will not. She will just go on a national press docket media tour. That's what she will do. She will do that. She definitely will do that. But be that as it may, shout out to Chocolate Bunny once again. Shout out to what we got in here. No Country for Old Simps, Emin Perry. Toya, the tutor in the building. What did I just see? Killmatic says allegedly corrupt. Yeah, okay, let's go to allegedly. Okay, all right. I don't know how many facts got to slap you in the face before we drop the allegedly, but all right. He says beaches see themselves as their own specific collective. Yes. We learned that in the Ice Cube contract with Black America Gate. We did learn that there. But all right, let's get into it. Let me allow. Wow, why is that looking weird like that? I do not have. Okay, let me do something. I am missing an option down here. There it is. I was too zoomed in. I didn't have the option to bring anything up on the screen. But like I say, Angela Yee, the latest accomplice in this press docket media tour of a very corrupt mayor. Great Britain in the building. Angela Yee, the latest accomplice. So let's get into it. Forgive me, I'm digging for my files. I normally like to have all that ready to go, but I saw something. Oh shit. Hold on. All right, here we go. All right, that's all better. That's better. All right, I got it now. Had an issue, but all right. The last time I did a show on this, I started it off with a news interview. Wow.
Thursday, I found all these old pictures. I was here today. So, Mayor of Dalton, Illinois. She's been in the news.
What is going on here? Why can't I see it?
That's a classic.
It's available.
All right, hold on. Technical difficulties. Build it while we fly it. Y'all know the routine. Give me a second here.
Hold up.
Because unless they got some real cool trickery that prevents us.
Way up.
Okay. All right, here it is.
Way up. What's up is way up.
All right, I had the wrong one ready to go for y'all. I do apologize. I had the wrong one ready to go. I had the absolute wrong one ready to go, but I got it now. problems with doing a live show when you don't got everything all the way together. But here it is. I was just listening to just the raw podcast feed. That was the one that I had. This is the actual video. This is the one I want to show. This is the one that I want to show. So I think we're good to go now. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But all right, let's get it.
Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I have Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard here with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up. And the reason they call you the Super Mayor is because you're the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, but you're also the supervisor of the Township, right?
Yes.
Which is 190,000 people.
Yes.
And then the mayor of Dalton, which is 23,000 residents. Okay, so explain the difference in both of those positions for people who are listening.
Sure. So if you know anybody that's a mayor, they are over services. So that means like if you got street lights out, sidewalks, pavement of alleys or streets, things of that nature. And if you are somebody that's a township supervisor, you over resources.
Okay.
So you'll pay their light bill, gas bill, water bill. I do mortgage and rental assistance. I even help you bury your loved ones.
Okay.
So that's the difference. And we have a food pantry.
That's crazy that you have both of those positions.
Yes.
Is that a rare thing?
It is. It's only, I think, 2 or 3 that I know of that has dual seats like me, meaning mayor and supervisor. But it's plenty of elected officials that have multiple seats.
Okay. Because I always think of mayor as like such a full-time job that kind of occupies all of your time.
And it does, but it's considered part-time in my community.
Okay.
So I'm able to do other things too.
All right. And you have been in the news a lot. So that's why I'm glad that you're up here today to clear up some things.
Yes, I'm here to lay the mess to rest.
Because the way they make it seem like you cookie from, but you know, that's the way they make it seem like you're
That's
walking
fairly
around, you got
accurate.
all the security, dressed all fly. And so I know part of your position.
Nobody cares about how she dressed. They always make it seem like people are complaining about that. I've never said anything or heard anybody say anything about how she's dressed. But the cookie from Empire thing is that's an interesting one.
Position is that you are able to have security detail with you, and most mayors do.
Yes,
I know our mayor definitely does, and I've been around to see other people have security.
Yes, it comes with the seat.
But I also see that I was able to get some of these messages because you do get voicemails, but also emails of people that have been threatening you.
That's correct.
Now, this part is very important right here. These messages and everything that she's about to be reading off, it's very contrived in how they're doing it. One thing that I do on this show, I try to get y'all to understand how you're being fed things. Like, they talk about, propaganda, and we always look at it as, the mainstream media is trying to inception us with ideas and everything, but it's a propaganda war on all sides. And this is how Angela Yee in this interview decided to play this propaganda game. Just notice what she does when she reads off these messages that she's getting from people. These emails that Tiffany Henyard is getting from people. Notice what she does.
Some of them are, do you mind if I read?
Sure, you can.
Because I know this could be triggering. I don't know how you feel about this, but okay, you're a effing crick, you ugly bee. You will be in prison soon, so get that nasty, greasy black vagina ready for Shaniqua. The inmates will love to have orgies with the racist, crooked mayor.
Hold on.
All right, to move on to...
I didn't realize that I didn't have it on screen. Hold on, here we go. There we go. My bad. All right.
That's correct.
Notice what she's doing.
Some of them are, do you mind if I read?
Sure, you can.
Because I know this could be triggering. I don't know how you feel about this, but okay, you're a effing crick, you ugly bee. You will be in prison soon, so get that nasty, greasy black vagina ready for Shaniqua. The inmates will love to have orgies with the racist, crooked mayor. All right, to move on to some more... hey, grifter, maybe learn to effing speak English sometime. Your grammar is atrocious, but I guess that's what can be expected from a mayor who looks like you do. I mean, these aren't even the worst ones, by the way. I just want to say there's a lot more in here. Somebody called you a despicable, savage, monkey, N-word bee. And told you better watch your back. And then I did hear some of the voicemails. One just says, F all you goddamn N-words. And you are the first Black woman to be in this position.
Yes, in both positions.
In both positions, and the youngest.
And the youngest.
Okay, from a propaganda standpoint, what exactly was she really trying to do there? What was the purpose in those? You know, what were they trying to do right there from a propaganda standpoint? What were they trying to set up? It wasn't just a make her out to be a victim thing. It wasn't that. It was not that at all. That was part of it, but that wasn't strictly what it was. It wasn't just playing the victim. It wasn't just hating on the queens, position her as a victim, as a queen victim. No. What was happening right there, all of those criticisms came from racist white people. They're trying to set this up from a standpoint that this is an attack on a Black woman by racist white people. So whenever you hear criticism of her, legitimate criticism, this is just white people. She's got people calling her a monkey, the N-word, you black bee. They're using stuff like Shaniqua, even though we play with those, those are we have names that we give Black people over here, archetypes for Black people over here. Well, but she set it up in that way to try to discredit every criticism, every legitimate criticism that comes forward. She's setting it up in a way to try to make it seem as if all of these criticisms are rooted are just rooted in racism, in hatred and disdain that it is a Black woman in position. That's how she wanted to frame it. Never minding the fact that the majority of the people that she's governing over, majority of the people that has had a problem with her, majority of people that are criticizing her, majority of people that serve on the board, that basically serve with her and are against her and fighting against her and want her removed, all of them, the majority of them, are Black. But let's make it about race. RM, if you could find it again, that clip where she had said, I am a Black woman in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all should be, defending and trying to uplift a Black woman in power. It's like, find that clip if you can. That one video that you had sent me. Like, that's what this is being framed as. So now the legitimate people, is, the legitimate criticism and critiques, that she wants them to be looked at through that lens. That's what she's doing. All right, she says, y'all hating on my sis. Kwame had a time and y'all still love him. Okay, you trying to lose your wrench, feminine melanin. Ain't nobody put on a cape for Kwame Kilpatrick. Cut it out. Not over here. I didn't have a channel, or I wouldn't, or that was nobody put on a cape for Kwame. All right, cut it out. Y'all hating on my sis. Kwame had, if that's your sis, yeah, your wrench, you got to be glad to be revoked. Okay, y'all hating on my sis. Kwame had a time and y'all still love him and didn't want him to do any time. No, the same people that defend her are the same people that would defend Kwame Kilpatrick. Those people are in the same camp. Had a side piece in office. It's rumored that one of her people is the person who's serving on the board on her foundation. That's really not her foundation, but all of her people run the foundation, but her name ain't on it, so she can't get pinned with any of the potential corruption. It's rumored that her romantic partner is the one, in camp running it. But anyway, had a side piece in office, use funds, use resources, offed people, etc. Free Nino Brown. Yeah, see, okay, so yeah. You're in the camp of people who have no problem with Tiffany Henyard or Kwame Kilpatrick. That's where you at. That's where you at with it. So yeah. Yes, I know. In Michigan, people was riding for him. Yeah, just like people riding for her. black folks gonna ride. That's what they gonna do. But all right, let me get back on it. Let me get back on it.
Yes.
So did this start happening once the news was reporting on what, and we're going to get into what the news has been reporting, but did this start happening before the news reported on you or after?
This happened when the news started reporting on me.
Mhm.
Now we got some emails or some things here and there, but it wasn't this bad. It got worse once the news got involved because they got a national platform.
Right.
So people tend to believe what they see on the news and they just report things. Anybody can go do an interview with them with no fact checking. Anybody can say anything, and then now that's considered defamation of character. And then now you have to go clean it all up because now people can put you out there in the bad light, and people tend to believe what they see on the news. And that's why I believe what Trump say when it comes to fake news.
Mhm.
Fake news is true because I'm living it. I'm going through it right now.
I believe Trump also said if you say something enough times, people will believe it, whether or not it's true.
I believe that.
And he definitely does that.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
you did win 82% of the vote.
What's funny is that Tiffany Henyard, Trump gonna come up again in this conversation, and either way it go, I know she low key like Trump. I don't care what nobody say. She rock with Trump. Angela Yee tried to deflect from that and throw some shade on Trump. You say something enough times, and people will believe it. But the hypocrisy in that is that's what Tiffany Henyard is attempting to do on Angela Yee's show, and Angela Yee is aiding and abetting her in doing that. So like that's the irony and the hypocrisy in that Angela Yee is participating in that same process that she just criticized. And Tiffany Henyard is well aware of the fact you say something enough times, people will believe it because she's trying to go on every nationally syndicated black media outlet that will listen to her speak and not properly challenge her to say things over and over again, even up to pretending like this is just an attack from white racist society on her, which isn't true.
When you ran for office.
Landslide, yep.
And a landslide victory. So how in your town of Dalton do people feel about you now with everything that's going on? Because I would assume that matters the most.
It does. So that's what I do. I still on the ground, boots on the ground. I never stop talking to my residents. I constantly have conversation with the mayor. I also have a lot of outreach things going on where communities involved, communities engaged. A lot of people tell me how you feel, what's good, better, and different. And I take it and I either go fix what they're telling me that I need to fix or work on, or you got people that's all the way seeing Tiffany. No matter what, hashtag I stand with Tiff. All of my saying that. So I love that because my base is my base. Just like everybody out in the world have a base. No matter what people say, people support them.
And you're from Dalton, Illinois, born and raised there. Tell me something.
That's a Trumpian thing to say right there, but you can say whatever you want to say. It don't matter. I got a base. They're gonna support me no matter what. That's one of the things they say about Trump. It don't matter what he do. He could shoot somebody on the 6 o'clock news. He got some supporters who gonna rock with him regardless. Whoever he shot must have deserved it. That's where they at. She want that kind of loyalty. It's the reason that she's doing that. She's stripping people's business license if they do little things. If they don't support her, don't fund her stuff, don't she does stuff to them. She's been accused of practically everything, and is evidence to show the things that she's been doing.
About the town because I've never been there. I know it's outside of Chicago, but tell me if you had to describe where you're from, what it's like.
Sure. So back in the day, it was a small suburb that everybody wanted to go to because we had every single restaurant you can name was on Sibley, and now it just turned into an area where it needed a little love because it was always ran and it was always corrupt, and that's why people don't know how to come out of the corruption for our village. I'm fighting against corruption now, and that's why I'm being slandered in the media because people want to have their way with me and they cannot and will not. So my town is still comprised of majority black. In the past, it was majority white. When we moved there, I had friends like Heather and Susan. And also, when we moved there, we had green carpet, flower wallpaper, because it was majority white. So it just transitioned.
I didn't know that
over
was
time.
the definition of white.
Yeah.
Notice she said it's majority black. It is majority black people that have a problem with her. They tried to frame it as white racism.
Green
Yeah.
carpet and floral
Yeah.
wallpaper.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was just like an older definition of white, but it was just an older crowd. It was just an older crowd, and it was more lax. And what
Notice the political Karl Rove type tactic. Whatever your weakness is, you got to talk about it like it's your strength. If you're the corrupt person, you have to position yourself as a person fighting corruption. You know, if you lack experience, you got to talk as if you're the most experienced. Take whatever your weakness is, make it your strength. Whatever your opponent's strength is, make it your weakness. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game.
I mean by lax, meaning you go there when you're like retiring. It's more how Dalton was. That was that type of suburb, but it is not now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some things that you feel like you need that you've been bringing to the city? Like you said, you've been doing a lot of different initiative, boots on the.
See, this is a press docket promotion tour. She actually about to drop a podcast. She said this week, actually, she's dropping a podcast. But let's get to really quick. Let me pull up the super chat, even though that is positioned weird. Even though that is positioned very weird to where I could just barely see it. But shout out to everybody in the building. Quarter Water in the building says her team also controls the county's email servers and were deleting/fabricating emails. I would not be surprised if a bunch of those threats were fake. That is a good point. I wouldn't put that past them as well, because she does try to spin it as it's an attack against the other people over there. She do try to spin it as if it's that. I'm going to show how we know that it ain't that. Shout out to Leo Anthony, what he said right there. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button.
On the ground. So what are some things that are necessary in Dalton?
So right now, again, we gotta put love back in it and get a hold of our youth. That's what's missing. Right now, people don't raise the community, and we need the village to be raising our kids again. That's how it was. Like I said, when I
It's
came,
Tiffany's parts. I got to
your
get
neighbors
parts
will
that
watch
I
you,
really
get you off the
came
bus.
here.
You will eat those from.
So that people can know about some of these stories that we see in the news, and I want you to be able to speak to them.
Sure.
So that people can know, because I've even seen these stories, here in New York.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, so let's talk about it.
Going to somebody in New York. She won't talk. She refuses to speak with a journalist in Chicago. She's going to somebody in New York on the outside looking in, who's not going to ask her the right questions.
There was a person who said that he didn't contribute to your campaign, and therefore he was not able to get his license for his business. His business has not been able to operate. So it's basically equivalent to extortion from what he was saying, and that other businesses haven't been able to get their licenses because they didn't contribute to the campaign.
So that's a false statement. And that's what I mean about the news not doing any research. They just let people get on the news and talk. And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to go further into your question. Malcolm X once said, the media has the power to make a guilty person look innocent and an innocent person look guilty. That's their power. So that's why I'm sitting here telling my story today, because that's exactly what they're doing to me. So with that being said, they put people like that in front of the cameras, went and didn't do no fact checking. If people want to know the truth, I'm going to do it on my podcast, Tiffany Henyard on the Move.
On Spotify, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell and show the facts and the proof of whatever a business owner did not do as relates to their business. If they're not up to code, if they had a ton of shootings at their establishments, which a lot of them had these type of issues. But no one put that out there. But I am now. And I'm not the one to never try to drag or talk about a business, because you should handle it behind closed doors, meaning your business, before people put it in the spotlight. And
now, isn't that exactly what white people, when they're in position, they get accused of doing that when it's a particular business of somebody who particularly that they don't like? Like, if you keep your mouth shut and play by the rules, you're good. But all of a sudden, if you're, they'll say if you're black, or if you do something they don't like, then all of a sudden now we're going to run a fine tooth comb through it, and all these little policies and sanctions and this or that. Now we're going to apply all of these things that we previously weren't applying. Like, that's the suspicious nature of what she's talking about there. I'm playing a clip of exactly what I mean by that. Because after they went on the news and said something about her, a few hours later, people came in and shut down their business. They spoke bad about her. Okay, now we're going to enforce certain things. Like, we're going to run a fine tooth comb through whatever we can to try to show that your business wasn't up to code. That's essentially what that is. I'm going to show the video that proves that.
Now you're being attacked.
Right. Okay, so you're saying that this person's business was rightfully not able to get his license until he cleared up whatever it is that he needs to clear up.
Correct. We
So
have
it's-
documentation of all of that, and I can give it to you too, and that way you can follow up and show the world.
Yeah, you're right, because we
And now here's the thing. She sent Angela Yee documentation, but it's a lot of things that will prove her point that she don't have it with her, and she keeps saying, she's going to keep saying, I'll send that to you. I'll let you see that. I'll show you that. I'll send that to you. But you sent her a lot of stuff that wasn't really that consequential. But the thing that would really prove your point, you didn't send that. But see, here's the larger point here. This is what's really going on with that. This is what's really going on with that. I played this on the last one. I just want to illustrate the point really quick.
Someone seen you go in there. And then 2 hours after your story airs, that police are at both of these establishments.
More controversy in South suburban Dalton. 2 popular bars shut down by police just hours after the owners talked to Fox 32. A village trustee also says it's because they're not financially supporting Dalton's mayor, Tiffany Henyard.
Here's Dean Plaka with the latest on the corruption investigation. Is it coincidence or retaliation? Both of the Dalton bars that were raided and shut down last night, we visited the day before as part of our ongoing investigation into allegations of political corruption in Dalton.
They just rushed in here, put police at the front of the door like they was doing a raid on a drug house or something.
A team of Dalton police officers raided and shut down Pablo's Bar and Cafe and Rinky's Bar and Cafe, both located on Sibley, about a block apart.
Everything going peacefully. Nothing going on. It's like 10 police cars came in and they start pushing customers from here. And he said, if you don't leave, we're going to lock you up.
Employees and owners say it's part of an ongoing campaign of harassment by Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard that is costing jobs and money. Their business licenses have been stripped by Dalton, but they've continued to operate with a state license.
I have like over 23 employees. They work from the local township. Now, end of the day, all the employees, they're going to lose their job.
It's ridiculous. We all have mouths to feed. We all have kids. They're not giving us no explanation.
On Monday, we visited both Rinky's and Pablo's to ask about allegations their licenses were being held up for political reasons. Then last evening, we broke the story that FBI agents have questioned at least a half dozen people, including business owners, a former Dalton employee, and an elected official as part of an investigation into Mayor Henyard. Less than 2 hours after our story aired, police raided the 2 bars.
Someone seen you go in there. And then 2 hours after your story airs, that police are at both of these establishments.
Dalton trustee Tammy Brown says she believes the raids are meant to send a warning to others not to talk. And she believes there's a reason so many Dalton businesses are having trouble getting their licenses renewed.
I'm sure that they were asked to donate, make a donation, and most likely they didn't make a donation. So you don't get a chance to stay open if you don't pay the Queen's ransom.
Now, tomorrow evening,
That's what all the people, again, mostly black people, are pointing out that what's going on down there. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it.
we all got to do our research. Now, you were on with Roland Martin, and that interview aired yesterday.
All right, here go the good part. Here go the
He's
good part.
talking about your nonprofit. You have a charity. Well, you said you don't have a charity, but
Correct.
there's a charity. It has your name on it,
Yes.
right? It's what is it? Tiffany Henyard Cares.
Tiffany Henyard Cares, yes.
Tiffany Henyard
Yes.
Cares.
Yep.
And so he says, it looked like it was your charity. There was video of you promoting this charity, but you're
Mhm.
saying it's not yours. Somebody's using your name.
That's correct.
Okay.
So just to clear it up, when I say it's not my charity, I'm not a board member on the charity. I can tell you what they do with their day to day. What I'm responsible for is my mayorship and my supervisor position. And it's amazing how people are pinpoint on a charity when there's so much stuff going on with me as relates to the two areas that I actually do govern. I do support the individuals that has the charity. I am always an advocate for cancer because my mom had cancer. I feel they are good wielded people as it relates to what they was trying to do or trying to accomplish. And I think people make mistakes. People didn't file paperwork and they blew it up into a story like everybody else don't file paperwork. I'll give you a prime example. If you have an LLC or something like that and you don't file and you go check, and I'll check and see if you registered, and they go say not in good standing.
Right.
Until you pay the $75 or $150, whatever it is, then it puts you in good standing. It's the same.
That's a completely different thing. Businesses make money, charities and foundations get donations. So if you're getting donations, but you're not officially registered in the way that you need to be to where you can officially report the way that you need to report, then that means you're taking the money and doing what the hell you want to do with it. That is the fraudulent way to run a charity. Now, the whole claim here is that it's not her charity. It's just a charity and under somebody else's name called Tiffany Henyard Cares. It's under somebody else's name. Somebody else runs it. They just using her namesake, her image and likeness as, just to run a charity. And she just somebody on the outside looking in who just believes in the cause. She didn't start the charity. That's her story.
Concept. It's just that people are missing the point of it. And I get that people really, really meant to help people, not hurt people.
Right. Running a nonprofit, we know a lot of times there are always issues with that, but they need to be able to account like where the money was going. But like you said, that's not your nonprofit. That is somebody else's, but your name is not on that. They just use your name, I guess, as a way to garner attention.
Correct. Just what's your way up?
All right. Now, hold on. Now, let's check it out. Let's check it out right here. And I got Feminine Melanin's message up there for a reason. Got Feminine Melanin's message up there for a reason. He says, I'm down for getting people on what they do. Throwing out allegations and fake news ain't no way to go. That fake news that you speak of is this fake news. She said this is not her organization, Tiffany Henyard Cares. It's not hers. That's what she's saying, but okay. Here, this is the actual meeting.
Cares Foundation and with a foundation. I did to my heart.
A council meeting.
I'm doing, and I'm really, really big on as dear to my heart, is I'm real big on a cancer foundation. I have created Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation, and what that entails is helping. I have created Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation, and what that entails is helping. I have created Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation, and what that entails is helping everybody within the 17 municipalities with services such as well services and resources, such as if you need help paying for chemo, radiation, your medicine, your wigs, your prosthetic, your breasts, things of that nature, even helping you with housing. Because I know firsthand how that feels to just not have help when my mom had breast cancer. So I want to make sure.
She's on record stating that she created the foundation. All the people that work for her in her other positions are the people that are on the board that the foundation is under. She was in there doing that, having that conversation right there to justify why the city should fund aspects of the foundation. And then she's going to use the city money to do events for the foundation and then collect money from the foundation without having to formally report anything that they collected. But when they come to her and say, hey, you haven't reported anything, she could step back and say, hey, it's not my foundation. You don't see my name on it, do you? Yes, you see my right-hand man, my left-hand man, my left-hand woman. You see the A, B, C, you see G Money, the Keisha Rockabye baby chick, the Dunham man, Kareem Akbar, and everybody else that's a part of the Cash Money Brothers name on the organization. But you don't see Nino Brown name on the organization. So it ain't Nino Brown's organization. It's just called the Nino Brown Organization. It's like, but she just admitted.
Make sure that I put that out there to the public and to everybody, that it goes to any 17 municipality. You cannot live in Chicago to benefit from this foundation. It's strictly for people that live in the 17 communities. We are doing a cancer walk October 4th, and how this room was filled. I will hope you guys will come out for that cause. We will start right at Food for Less parking lot. We will walk west, going across the Unity Bridge, and we will walk 15 miles. So anybody that's up for the challenge or that feel they can make it, please show up. You can walk, ride, or drive. And yes, we got bikes. We have motorcycle clubs. We have all kinds of people that is joining us in this movement because you never know when you need this resource as well. So always be about the cause. Last but not least, even though I know we got another meeting, the kids' Halloween dance party will be Sunday, October.
So now I'm confused.
No, you're not. What y'all are watching right here is Roland Martin did the left hand talking to the right hand sock puppet conversation, sock puppet interview with her, and his chat room came for him. They absolutely 100% came for him, and then he had to do a fake fact check thing that he should have did beforehand. He tried to clean it up as, no, you ask questions and then you get the answers and then you go find. No. He tried to spin it like that. Somebody who's doing good journalism, this is somebody who's being accused of being corrupt. If you're doing some good journalism, you're supposed to go and search for your answers and then come back, ask questions that you believe you already have the answers to. But if she gives you additional information that you didn't find in your research, then yes, you got to consider that information and then go research. But the basic minimal research, if Roland Martin had done it, he would have knew the flaw in the logic of what she was saying, because all the news reports said something opposite of what she said, of which they could literally go and look, of which he did after the fact. Here it is.
Now, when I asked her about this, she said, someone made up a foundation. Okay, someone. Here's the problem. The registered agent of the foundation is a Keith Freeman. Keith Freeman works for the city of Dalton. If you look at the boards of the directors, there are 5 people: Kamal Woods, Pamela Earhart, Carmen Carlisle, William Moore, Cheryl Schranz, Schranz. Earlier today, I sent emails to Carmen Carlisle, who is listed as an assistant to Mayor Henyard for the city of Dalton. I sent an email to William Moore, who's listed as head of housing for the city of Dalton. So now I'm confused.
Not confused.
Then I pulled additional information. Cheryl Schranz apparently is a vendor of the city of Dalton, and she has the tow yard contract for the city of Dalton. Again, this is where I'm confused.
Not confusing.
So I also sent an email to James Farrell, who is the head of communications for the city of Dalton, asking, are Dalton city employees listed below involved in the Henyard Cares Foundation board? No response. Moore didn't respond. Carlisle didn't respond. Keith Freeman didn't respond. I did send an email with these questions to the PR staff for Mayor Henyard, and pull up their response, please. This is a statement attributed to Mayor Henyard. Pull it up. I recognize there are questions surrounding my association with the Tiffany Cares Foundation. Allow me to clarify. While the foundation's purpose deeply resonates with me due to personal experiences witnessing my mother's battle with cancer, I want to emphasize that I have never held a position on its board, nor am I involved in its daily operations. My connection stems from a sincere dedication to serving my community, particularly those confronting similar challenges. It's important to note that while my likeness is being used for the cause, I am not in an authority or operative position within the organization. My commitment remains steadfast to residents of Illinois and my mission to advocate for their health and wellness. Okay, I get that. But here's what I'm trying to understand.
It's not that much to understand. He's only doing this because he got backlash. Whenever he gets backlash, he tries to do the damage control thing. This is him trying to do the damage control because he did a friendly cover-up interview. He did the sock puppet interview and didn't ask any good questions. His people came for him. Now he's trying to fake like he's like no. Everybody can see what's going on. I got him paused at the worst moment. Let me not do that. Okay, that didn't look that much better. But either way, everybody can see what's going on here. Even in the Angela Yee video, they clowning her. They are clowning. Somebody said Angela Yee is officially the donkey of the year. She used to be on the Breakfast Club. They do the donkey of the day. They said she's the donkey of the year. And this person right here said in the comments something that I was talking about. She's spending money, spending the city's money, the town's money. She's spending the money going to NYC for an interview, but won't sit down with Chicago journalists. As a Black woman who is also a victim of hers, I can confirm she's a liar, period. Angela Yee, did you do any fact checking on this lady? I'm not surprised that you gave her softball questions. She finessed you just like she finessed Roland Martin. And I'm not skipping any comments. I'm trying to read down until I find a comment that's in favor of her. Says, OMG, are you kidding me? Angela had this clown on here. If your efforts to cover for a fellow Black woman, you somehow forgot she's victimizing other Black people. But in any event, Henyard will only grant interviews on platforms where the host, let me stretch that out, where the host is either too incompetent or too corrupt to call her on very obvious lies. It appears you and Roland Martin made the short list. Shaking my head. Based on what I have researched, Super Mayor is terrible. She might go to jail. Yes, FBI is investigating her. It's that bad. She's using the money, the taxpayer dollars, taking trips to Vegas on the taxpayer's dime, on the credit card, basically on the debit card connected to the city's funds that has her name on it. It swipes in Vegas. Like, that's what's going on. Another Roland Martin interview. The super mayor gotta be paying for these interviews. Yeah, that's some podcast payola going on. I think that's illegal based off what Pocket Watching with JT told me, that you're technically not supposed to. I don't even know exactly how it works. I'm not going to quote it. But yeah, she might be paying, but then again, I think she don't have to. I think Black people will cover for other Black people. You know, this is exactly why these platforms aren't taken seriously. Now, it's funny that Black people calling this out. I mean, it's good. I think it's good. But, you know, the observation I have with it is that when black people in position, they do the same thing that white people have been doing for years. And I know a lot of black people, the argument is let's turn a blind eye and just let black people do what they got to do to accumulate power. Like that is an argument that a lot of black people make when it comes to this. She said she created her charity at a board meeting. She voted to have and 10,000 sent to her charity. So she got people to vote to use $10,000 of the taxpayers' money to send to her charity. She locked the trustees out of the office. I got video of that. I played that on the last show that I did on her. She hired a hit on a trustee. That I don't know. RM, if you got a video, RM, look up a video of that and put it in the private chat for me. If you got that one, hired a hit on the trustee. I don't know if that's true. I got to look that one up. We're gonna explore that one live on the air. She went to jail for breaking into cars. Okay, she do got a mugshot on the internet. This is before she must have been a mayor. I ain't tripping on. I mean, it's messed up, but that's back in the day. She went to jail for breaking into cars. She hired SO. I don't know what an SO is. She had her driveway repaved. She fired the police chief who didn't agree with her. She fired the lady who called her on her BS. This person is in the comment section calling out all her stuff. She called her on her BS in front of the world to see. The ice skating rink was $1.3 million while in a deficit. Tell her to make sense out of anything she's doing and have done, period. She is a scammer and a person who cares about herself and personal gain. Somebody else says, can't stand her. She's the worst. She better enjoy the limelight now because she's definitely going to jail. Yeah, they got enough stuff on her to go to jail. They got enough stuff on her to have her prosecuted. No other way around that. We're going to get into a little more of it.
The mayor says, I'm not involved in his operation. I have no position. According to the articles of incorporation, she's correct. But the 5 people who are involved, 3 of them work for her, possibly 4. One person is alleged to be in a romantic relationship. I'm trying to confirm or deny. One of the 5.
Other than the romantic relationship part, everybody already knew that the people who served on the board of that foundation was people that essentially worked for her. Everybody knew that. Like, I'm late to the party covering her, and I found that out the first time I did a live stream on her a few days ago. I found out that very small, minuscule information in like one just typing one sentence into the YouTube search engine, and that was like what came up. Between his whole team, because Roland Martin is running a pretty big news operation there, one of the biggest independent news media outlets there is. Not one single person looked into that when you came ready to ask her that question. Not one single person looked into it. It's no other way around this but to conclude the simple and the obvious that Roland Martin was in on it. He's 100% in on it. He knew what the deal was. He knew what was going on. He knew what she was up to. He knew that he was going to basically give her an interview that clears her name. He knew that was the game plan. That was the deal. There's no other way around that. That essentially was the deal. There's no way that you can get around that. Now, we do got D-Rock Den in the building, dropped a $2 super sticker on it. We do appreciate that.
These last $2. Not gonna lose.
I would be like, hold on, that's
Yeah.
like, I would not
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah.
But Way Up, anybody could use that. But if it was like my personal name on it,
Okay.
I probably would not I would not want somebody unless
Yeah.
I was involved in it and they came to me, because you would feel like that's my name.
Yeah.
Because you do know if something goes wrong, that's your name.
And I agree.
And that's
And it's a learning curve. And that's what I try to tell people. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. So when you find out mistakes or things happen, you go and you try to fix it. But people got to be giving you the chance to fix it and not just beat you up so much.
Right. It's just that a lot of these things are in the headlines. That's why I'm asking, because I want you.
That lion is just overwhelmingly through the roof. Like, yeah, this is 100% being 100% accomplice.
To discuss it
Yes.
head on firsthand. All right. Then there was a situation where it was a city council meeting and people said they were not allowed to come up and voice their opinions in this meeting. They were blocked downstairs from being able to ask questions.
Well, that's not true as it relates to being blocked. If somebody was blocked or felt they was blocked, they can always reach out to us because our meetings are like 4 or 5 hours long. So I
Not
don't
this
know
one.
who's blocked in my village.
This meeting was 4 minutes long, according to everybody else who was trying to get in the meeting. I guess we'll play that one.
Always reach out to us because our meetings are like 4 or 5 hours long. So I don't know who's blocked in my village.
Okay.
Coming to comment, you can go pull our board meetings up and you can see that everybody's allowed to speak because it's before we start our board meeting.
Okay.
Public comment.
All right, good. And then, and I trust me, as a media person, I know that sometimes things are inaccurate. And I know that when there's a story being painted of somebody, you do have to go to the source and do some research.
Yeah.
Which I don't like clickbait. So I always encourage people to make sure you read the full story.
Go to the source and do the research. That's exactly what she didn't do. That's exactly what she didn't do. Now, before this chick, Tiffany Henyard, launch her podcast, she's doing a softball interview tour to try to clean up her name, and then she's going to go on her podcast and wild out and do damn near everything. She gonna be on there trying to clean up every damn thing. Here they go. This is a news story when they was shut out of the meeting.
Yeah, politicians don't always like to hear from the public, let's be honest. But under the law, you do have a right to speak at part of any public meeting, which is why what happened last night in Thornton Township has some residents there outraged.
When I arrived, there was security here. He was standing at the bottom of the stairs, preventing anybody from going up to the boardroom. I asked him if the meeting was downstairs. He replied, yes.
Stephanie Wiedemann was among a handful of Thornton Township residents who came to last night's board meeting to speak their mind to controversial Supervisor Tiffany Henyard during the public comment section of that board meeting, which is required by law. But they never got that chance. They say they were blocked from going to the boardroom and sent to the basement instead, where they were told the meeting would be held. It wasn't. Before they knew what had happened, the meeting upstairs in the boardroom was over in a matter of 4 minutes, and Henyard was gone. They say they were hoodwinked and their right to speak violated because Henyard didn't want
that image, the optics of what y'all seeing right there. That's what people criticize her for having that security. Like, that's like, if I'm not mistaken, all of those, like, the security isn't just like private security. Like, it's police officers, if I understand it right. So when y'all see her walking around with a group of men around her like that, like she's using the police officers. She's walking around deep. She walking around deep with like 4 officers escorting. She got 4 officers, seemingly 4 officers escorting her.
It wasn't. Before they knew what had happened, the meeting upstairs in the boardroom was over in a matter of 4 minutes, and Henyard was gone. They say they were hoodwinked.
She be Nino Brown in heart.
And their right to speak violated because Henyard didn't want to hear what they had to say.
We thought that they were purposely keeping the public away so that if they did invite us up, time for public comment had already passed.
They are violating our rights. I pay taxes here. I have a right to get up and speak, whether this administration likes it or not.
Now, they are going to file a complaint with the Illinois Attorney General's office under the Open Meetings Act. We reached out to him.
All right. Shout out to
These last $2.
Shout out to Alan Evel. I think I got that right. He says Don Tiff Corleone. Yeah. All day. Don Tiff Corleone all day. That video of the chick that said that she put a hit on somebody. I think that one, I'm going to chalk that one up to speculation. I'm going to chalk that up to speculation. If the news ain't covered it and she ain't being investigated for murder, then we not going to do that. We're not going to do that one. Like the feds is on her. The feds is investigating her for all kind of stuff. But nah, I don't think she put a hit out on nobody. I can't go there with it. we will wait for that one. That's an area where you do got to do your journalistic wait for the information to come out. That is legitimately one of those situations. You just can't jump out there. Just can't jump out there on that one.
Before you do that. All right. The next thing people did talk about was finances, right? And they said, oh, she's traveling first class, staying at the Four Seasons, blowing this money. And that money now, the company, the town used to be have a surplus of money, but now there's a deficit. But then I also see on the paperwork that I have from your team that you guys have gotten the largest in the history of the city with $15 million in grants from people. And despite the adversity and the resilience, your commitment is undeniable. And you have all these initiatives that you've done.
That's
so
true.
Let's talk about the disparity between those two stories.
Okay. So one thing about me is I won't stop. I don't sleep. I'm going to keep going. While they talking about me, I'm still working. So when I'm still working, I still manage to get money to come to our communities. We was awarded $15 million. I had the largest in the history for Township, and then the largest in the history for the village of Dalton. So more than any mayor, more than any supervisor throughout all the controversy. So if a person was that bad, people want to keep on supporting them because no matter what, this is all about helping the people. And that's where I think we're losing focus.
That argument never works. If somebody was that bad, people wouldn't keep supporting them. Like, nah. That argument does not get used across the board. Ain't no other way around that. They're going to take another shot at Trump, who, as many black people who see the support that Trump get, you can't see that and then make the argument, well, if he was that bad, then people wouldn't support him. Like, no, you put your foot in your mouth on that one.
When they do the stories, they don't talk about what I've done, what I've accomplished, nothing positive. And I say, hey guys, how can a person be so bad and then do not one good thing in any story they write about me? Every story they write is negative. And I don't know nobody that can just deal with all negative stuff all day long with none positive in their brain. I just can't get with it. And that's why you see me just constantly push through it, because I told them before, we're going to go through it, but we got to grow through it at the same time. And that's kind of what I've been doing. And I'm just glad that you was able to mention some of the things that we actually created. Can I go a little further with it?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
So, this is your platform now.
So we did and I'm sorry, I'm a little hoarse. We built a outdoor skating rink in roller.
All right, she did the AIM acknowledge. I mean, she did the acronym AIM, acknowledge, ignore, then move on. She didn't really address that part of it. And now she's about to talk about,
this. Oh, she came to her
things that she did that have nothing to do with the amount of money that was given and why there's a deficit. Certain things should have been paid to where it shouldn't be a deficit if you had the money to pay it. It was a debate when last interview she had, she said that she couldn't pay the stuff because they couldn't release the money. But then the evidence was shown that the people on the board with her did release the money. She just got the money and not spending it on the things that she was supposed to spend it on. Yet they're doing trips in Vegas while squad cars are about to get repossessed because she's not paying the money to pay the note on the squad cars. But there's a large bill well into the tens of thousands on trips in Vegas and staying at hotels and all kind of other stuff.
School spoke to us during Black History Month. Right. Oh, she helped us with mental health. We do a mental health tour. That's something really big that's going on nationwide, but no one's really talking about it on bigger platforms. Yeah, they go get
OG in the buildings says, but now what the hell you got going on here tomorrow? That's how you say it.
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
Shout out to OG. Salute, salute, salute.
Get the celebrities here and there, and people might give a little something about it, but it's happening everywhere. So when we went in there in schools and we did the mental health tours, we was able to help kids. But to
make you health and how is this how are you handling this? Since we just talked about mental health and you discussed how important that is, but for you being in the position that you're in, and like you said, this is the first time a Black woman has had this position, the youngest person.
See, you know the softball question, the left hand talking to the right hand sock puppet interview when she's asking her questions like, how are you handling this? Like, that's what they did when they had Kelsey Nicole on there, the person the person who was there who know what actually happened on the night that Meg Thee Stallion was shot or had bullet fragments or glass fragments or whatever was in her foot. The person who actually know what happened got interviewed and covered it, and they kept asking her, given the gravity of the situation and everybody commenting about you, how does that make you feel? It's like, now just ask her what the hell happened that night. It's like, so that's whenever somebody's asking, well, how did that make you feel? Or how are you dealing with this type of questions? That means that they're deliberately, intentfully trying not to ask proper questions.
Person in this position, you're still trying to do your day-to-day job, but yet there's a lot of articles that are disparaging towards you. How do you deal with that? How do you cope with that?
So basically, I have tunnel vision to the mess. I just keep going, ignore it. It's almost like a horse in a race. And they have the blinders on so they can't look left and right. That's Tiffany here. I just focus on my goal. My goal is to make sure I uplift the village of Dalton and the other 16 municipalities that I'm over.
By any means necessary. She should have put that at the end. She should put some Malcolm X at the end.
190,000 people. I have to make sure I plant the seed now so that the kids can follow. I have to set the tone as relates to the footprint so they can walk in my footprints and they know what to do. And I want them to see what controversy looks like, adversity looks like, and how I'm going to come out of it in the end and show them that no matter what you do, never, never, ever give up, because you're going to always have somebody that don't like you, upset with a decision you made. But the point is, you made a decision. That's life. You have to make decision, and you have to give your testimony, and that's what the test is right now. This is my test. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be able to tell you my testimony a year later, 2 years later. It's just like the giants before us. You got Martin Luther King. He had a dream, but I am the dream. And this is what I'm trying, because another day I'm going to be able to tell testimony and decision. That's life. You have to make decision, and you have to give your testimony, and that's what the test is right now. This is my test. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be able to tell you my testimony a year later, 2 years later. It's just like the giants before us. You got Martin Luther King. He had a dream, but I am the dream. And this is what I'm trying to show America, that you got to have hope and you have to prevail no matter what people say about you.
It's interesting.
She mixed in hope. She mixed in some Barack Obama, Martin Luther King, and the Bible in that whole speech. Martin Luther King had a dream. I am the dream. Oh man, this is classic.
Because even though a lot of the attention that they're giving you in the media is negative, it is bringing a lot of attention to your township, and also for a lot of people to say, oh, that's the mayor.
Yes.
You know, a young Black woman is the mayor of and also the supervisor.
Like, cut it out. We've seen Black people in position. Barack was president. I think Barack got elected president not that much older than what she is right now. We've seen Black people in position. I'm typing in Tiffany Henyard age. I want to make sure how old. Hold on, Tiffany Henyard age. I thought I heard she was 37. No, she's 40. All right. We had a sitting Black president of the United States of America when he was 44 years old. She's 40. Like, this ain't that big of a damn deal. It's not. So it's like, what? They're overselling that. They're overselling that idea.
To the township. So that is something that hopefully is going to be on the flip side of this, something positive. When did you know you wanted to run for mayor?
Well, after dealing and fighting with
OG says, but Barack was not totally African American. That is true, but he ran as the first Black president and was voted for as the first Black president. So it don't Black people didn't see no difference. y'all nitpicking now about his Marvel origin story because he didn't give reparations or at least free cable to black people. That's what's really going on. But at the time, y'all didn't care. That nigga was black, so let's not even front on that one. A black man, y'all voted for a black man. Y'all saw no difference. I seen with my own eyes black people in the room with me shed a tear when Brock got elected. All right. So no, we ain't about to pretend like that wasn't the guise that he was elected under. We can't pretend like that one. Like, no, we know what it was. He may have lost the black card because people didn't like how he did in there. Black people didn't see no different in Clinton. I don't know about that one. Yeah, y'all trying to pull a Barack black card right now.
Corruption and people that was in the seat prior to me, I fought against it, and the people believed enough in me that they came out by 82% and voted for the first female. And people got it all twisted when they say, oh, you just voted because she's black or because she's a woman. No, that's not true. I've always been boots on the ground. I've always helped people. That's what people not telling.
I feel like that's the opposite. Usually people won't vote for you because you black or a woman. So
yeah,
you know, so
no, black people will vote for somebody just because they're black. It's no way around that. Like when you look at the percentage of black vote that the black Democrats get a lot of the black vote, but Barack Obama got like 97, 98% of it. Like he put up Castro numbers. Ain't no other way around that. Nah. Black people gonna vote. Black people gonna vote for their race. That is what it is. And I think it was a lot of black people who wasn't even Democrats. Probably either voted independent or Republican, but for that first black president, even though y'all trying to take his black card now, they voted for him. There's no way around. They probably didn't vote for him the second time around, but that first time, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But it's goofy to me that she keeps banking on I'm the first black this or black mayor or black female mayor. It's like once we have a black president, your little mayor position, it's like it's not that big of a deal. Like people can look at you with normal scrutiny without you trying to smoke screen your black femaleness over things that you're doing that they don't like. It's that sweep it under the rug stuff that a lot of black people try to do. It really be like this right here. Let me get to this. Let me get to this right here. Hold on, here we go.
Hold up.
Hold on, give me a second. This is what it's on, and this is what it's about.
We do for the people, but we under attack. We getting scrutinized in the media for what? Loving on the people, showing them that they matter to us. We going through the fires for y'all.
Henyard calls her critics grandstanders who should get in line.
Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
That's the name of the game. No matter what a black person do when they're in power, they're black and they're in power, and black people need to get in line. Black people need to just understand the situation, take heed. It don't matter what I do. It don't matter if what I'm doing is affecting black people. Fall in line. Would you rather have a white person doing it to you? It's like that's essentially what it is. That's essentially the game. Kara K. Wilson says, and shout out to Kara K. Wilson says, she got jokes, not the dream, more like a nightmare. Lies, lies, lies. She's narcissistic. Justice for Alexis Wilson. Tell the truth, inmate Henyard. Yeah, I do believe she's going to get locked up. And shout out to you. If y'all didn't see my last show, she came up because she's from there, or her daughter was from there or lived there, and it was a situation. It was a bad situation that I don't want to get into, but we talked about it on my last show, involving a police shooting, and Tiffany Henyard tried to cover it up. And a police shooting involving her daughter, involving Kara K. Wilson's daughter. Tiffany Henyard tried to cover up the things that the police did wrong in the situation. I'm being I don't even want to get into it, but no, it's a messed up situation. It was a messed up situation. But yeah, check out my last show if y'all want to know what's that about, and just scan it to the point where she came up and I interviewed her about, what happened down there as far as that. But no, thank you for coming back on through. But all right. But that's what it is. That's what the name of the game is. You black, so we just need to rock with you. We just need to agree with you on the strength of your blackness and have no critique or criticism. Drop all of our critical faculties and just go with it. She essentially is a Freddy Krueger nightmare of the MLK dream. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Appreciate you coming on through Detroit 313. Appreciate you.
I don't see how that is. But the other importance is for people to be able to see you, right? And be like, I could one day also be a mayor.
Yes.
And see that. So
I had someone come to my board meeting, and he brought his daughter. He wanted to show her that women are leading now, which we are. We are in politics. We are at the front and not in the back. And that's what I appreciate about residents that see through the smoke. They still appreciate me, and they still want me to be a mentor to their daughters. And I love.
Now she's saying she appreciates residency through the smoke, but what she just did, what she just literally described right there, that was the smoke screen. That was literally the smoke screen, what she just did. The smoke screen of I'm a black woman and I inspire black girls to believe that they can achieve all things. That's, that's the smoke screen she want to put in front of the corruption. So nobody can know. Don't look at the corruption. Just look at that I'm black and I'm a woman and I can inspire.
Love it.
now there's also a federal investigation that's being called for. So where are you with that? And did you know about it like ahead of time? Because I know previously I've seen you say, I don't know anything about being investigated.
So basically, there are no subpoenas at my office, and also we don't know anything as it relates to what people are just alleging or saying. But we don't have any subpoenas, and from our understanding, there's no other, what do they call, law enforcement that we know of have any investigations.
Okay, so this is something that's a news story, but it hasn't hit you, or if it's true or not. If it is true, you don't know anything about it. You haven't been subpoenaed or nothing.
Correct.
I also see in Illinois they're trying to keep Trump off the ballot, right? I want to know what your thoughts about Donald Trump running for office again.
Oh wow, I don't have a leg in that race, so
I mean,
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Think.
I didn't know anything about that. I don't know anything about.
You think he should be able to run? He should be eligible to run for president? Or do you think with all of the legal issues he has and things that he's been found guilty of and convicted of, that shouldn't even be something that should be allowed?
Well, this is America. Everybody have the freedom to do what they want. Look at what I'm going through. I can only speak to me. Everybody got freedom of speech, right? Look at people just say whatever. So,
but I just think like somebody who's been convicted of so many things, there's so many jobs you can't have. You know what I mean? I don't think president, that shouldn't be a job that somebody should be able to even run for, especially with the things that he's been convicted of. I find it.
Tiffany Henyard cannot answer that question. She can't sit there with a straight face and say, no, Trump shouldn't be able to run because of the illegal things that he's done, when she knows damn well she's done some illegal things and she's still going to run. She might get convicted of some things and she's still going to run. So she can't sit there and with a straight face and say that, oh no, Donald Trump, he absolutely shouldn't be able to run. No, Tiffany Henyard is inspired by Donald Trump. Donald Trump is her hero when it comes to doing, little backhanded, on the borderline of illegal, if not full blown illegal stuff. Like Donald Trump is her hero. Like, okay, for example, with the whole tax code thing, y'all remember that epic moment? And I wouldn't even, my views was different back in 2016, but I remember that debate when she was trying to call Donald Trump out about his taxes, and he was like, "Nah, I don't pay my taxes because I'm smart. I manipulate that tax code. If you got an issue with that tax code, Hillary, change the tax code. You've been in politics your whole damn life. Change the tax code. You got a problem with it, but you're not going to change it because you and your friends benefit off the same tax code that I do. I'm just honest enough to say that I'm cheating and not paying taxes while being rich." like Donald Trump is Tiffany Henyard's hero. So you ain't about to get her to speak ill against Donald Trump. She want to be like Trump when she grow up. So ain't no way she about to say that Trump being convicted should bar her from running. And Angela Yee is too dumb to even realize the setup question that she asked her. Like, that was a hellified setup of a question to ask somebody who's being investigated by the feds, whether or not another person who's been investigated, convicted, indicted, whatever the hell, whether or not they should be able to run. Like, no. She's like, the hell with all that. They lying on me, they lying on Trump, they lying on all of, that's the stance that she has to take. And it was even a weird edit, if you pay attention. It was a weird edit when they was doing that part. Like, something was said that we not going to ever see. Hold on. It was like a weird edit where it's like this whole scene just jumped.
To be allowed.
Well, this is America. Everybody have the freedom to do what they want. Look at what I'm going through. I can only speak to me. Everybody got freedom of speech, right? Look at people just say whatever. So,
but I just think like
everybody
Hold on, not
think
right
without.
there. Let me back it up.
Subpoena to have
Remind Leon, there are no subpoenas that just elect.
This is something that's a news story, but it hasn't hit you, or if it,
There we
if
go. You about to see the edit come up real soon.
it's true or not. If it is
I mean,
true,
Tiffany Henyard said something that Angela Yee ain't want to put out.
you don't know anything about it. You haven't been subpoenaed or nothing.
Correct.
I also see in Illinois they're trying to keep Trump off the ballot, right? I want to know what your thoughts about Donald Trump running for office again.
Oh wow, I don't have a leg in that race, so
I mean,
I didn't know.
just want to know what you think.
I didn't know anything of leg in that race.
Running for office again.
Oh wow, I don't have a leg in that race, so
I mean,
I didn't know.
just want to know what you think.
I didn't know anything about that. I don't know anything about.
You think he
Yeah, I
should
saw
be?
that.
I
I
don't know
didn't
what you
know.
think.
I didn't know anything about that. I don't know anything about.
You think he should be able to run?
That was a real bad. That was a nasty edit where something was said that she didn't want to get out. She didn't want something to get out. Jackie's saying, I agree with Trump on the taxes. Yeah, if you legally could do it and work the game, yeah, I mean, if you can legally game the system, go ahead and legally game the system. But people who play that close to the edge when it comes to legally gaming the system, it's fair to say that they crossed that line in whatever way that they could try to get away with it. Like, this ain't even me just dumping on Trump. I mean, I think a lot of really uber through the roof successful people, they figure out ways to cheat. They figure out ways to play on that edge. Like, I mean, but it's levels to it. Whether you're full blown explicitly breaking the law versus not breaking the law. So it's levels to it. But what I'm trying to point out here is that it's really no way around it that you know that Angela Yee being, black woman in black media, she's left leaning, she got an issue with Trump. All I'm pointing out is Tiffany Henyard, she don't got no issue with Trump. That's all I'm pointing out here. Trump is all right with her. Like she's like, forget what y'all talking about. Trump is her role model.
To be eligible to run for president? Or do you think with all of the legal with many things, there's so many jobs you can't have? You know what I mean? I don't think president, that shouldn't be a job that somebody should be able to even run for, especially with the things that he's been convicted of. I find it.
What do you mean? No wonder Breakfast Club got rid of her. Breakfast Club on the same thing. Charlemagne the God stay getting cooked by Republicans every time they bring one on. Like, no, her views line up with the Breakfast Club. I don't even know why they got rid of her. I don't even know the story on that. But no, their views line up, even though Charlemagne the God do be faking the funk. He's smarter than what he lets on. He plays dumb for black people, but he's had some very intelligent conversations with Andrew Schultz, but he get with black people when he play dumb. And then he try to argue the perspective of black people against more informed, right-leaning people. And we saw him get cooked by Larry Elder. What's homeboy? I don't want to just say the Indian looking dude, but the Indian looking dude. His name Robin Swame. I keep forgetting his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He stay getting, they stay getting cooked. Or Vivek Ramaswamy or something like that. He stay getting cooked over there. But the reality is, those aren't really his true views. Like Charlemagne is faking the funk over there. Like you got to go look for him, but you can find conversations where he's saying some stuff that goes against a lot of the stuff that he says when he's, placating to the black audience who got to, have their victimhood elevated. And while like this woman here, Tiffany Henyard, is in her positions of power where she's running things and she's doing whatever she got to do to gain whatever advantage she can, however she can, for any reason against all reason, she also puts on that victim hat because black people identify with that. So that's just part of the black political game. You have to placate to the whole victim narrative in order for black people to really see you and believe in you and look the other way when you do some nonsense.
To be wild. But I only asked you that because in Illinois, I know that's been a hot topic also just recently.
Yeah. Well, I have time to indulge in anything else right now. I've been focused on myself and
how
speaking.
distracting is all of this for you as you're trying to get your job done too at the same time?
It just show you that God got his hands on me because he won't give you more than what you can bear.
Matrix Media says using the system as intended is not cheating, no matter how bad someone makes it look. You're right. If you were talking about my Trump comments, how I was explaining how Trump said he cheat on the tax, he basically cheat the tax code or use the tax code. I'm not saying that he's cheating or breaking the law. If it's within the confines of the law, he's doing it. But as somebody who's run businesses, who's run a business, and like I'm familiar with the tax code when you're not getting a W-2 check. When you're not getting a paycheck, and you don't got a W-2. I'm familiar with that tax code. All right. I'm not about to incriminate myself. It's things that you could legally do. That's legal, but it's like, and I just know on a small scale of businesses that I've had to file taxes on, I could only imagine when we're talking $1 million businesses. I could only imagine, trumping up, no pun intended, trumping up certain expenses to make it to where the amount of taxes you have to pay decreases. But it's it's legal. It's technical. I mean, so all I'm saying is it's at the edge. All right, it's at the edge. That's all I'm saying. And if they really truly ran a fine-tooth comb through a lot of businesses, big and small, they would find a lot of businesses. They find a lot of people, a lot of really important people and really small scale people avoiding taxes. Like the cheat code for not paying taxes or not paying the amount of taxes you should pay, it truly is being in business and figuring out a way to work around that. It is. In every way that you figure out how to work around it, yeah, it's legal on paper, but it just might not be legal in actual practicality. That's just what it is. And Machismo TV is on point when he says the tax code favors businesses to stimulate the economy. Yes, those businesses create jobs. Those businesses generate products. They do things that economies need them to do in order for them to stay afloat. But the only point that I'm making here, like let's not get bogged down on the details. I wouldn't just, let's not get bogged down on the small, finer details. The larger point that I was trying to, the larger point that I was trying to make here is that she ain't got no issue with Trump. Angela Yee was trying to make her have an issue with Trump, but Tiffany Henyard is like, nah. He got indicted. He got a mug shot. I'm gonna have a mug shot pretty soon. Should he be in office after his mug shot? I'm trying to be in office after the FBI investigate me. I'm trying to stay in office after my mug shot. That's the larger point I was trying to make. Using the tax code probably wasn't the best example, but it is an example of how some people like Trump, they're going to do what they got to do to win. And she has that same spirit come hell or high water, legal or illegal. So that's the only point that I was trying to make, that Angela Yee not about to get her, even though she's, presenting as a as supposed to be a good black woman Democrat. It's like, no, you ain't gonna get her to shit on Trump. You just not.
It's just to make me wiser, make me stronger, because you learn through controversy. You learn what to do, what not to do, and I feel that's what's going on right now. So.
And you grew up there. Are there people that you're surprised, like, damn, we grew up together? I know you.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of those, because you be shocked off of gossip. People really tend to believe gossip, and that's sad, because that's a true statement of lack of knowledge. Our people will perish. That's true. And that's kind of what's happening. So that's why you see me going out, telling my story, giving them facts. And I tell them, never judge a person. And you shouldn't judge. But if you are to judge, at least get both sides. Because right now it's only a one-sided narrative, which is a negative narrative of Tiffany Henyard.
Is that why you decided to do your podcast, so you could fight all of these allegations, but also for people to get to know you?
Yes, it's basically to give them another perspective, because right now the news won't.
We're in a new world where sitting mayors have podcasts. We are in a new world.
Allow me to give my side. We've reached out to several people, and no one has wanted to even interview me. And normally people want to interview the big fish,
crazy.
right?
I would think that if somebody's writing a story about you, they would love to. Or even reach out to you for comment. Like,
that is nonsense. People be trying to talk to her all the damn time. That is nonsense. And when they do talk to her and ask her the right questions, she put her foot in her mouth, like when that guy asked her about Vegas, and then she looked like a little guilty kid. She looked like a little guilty kid, got caught stealing cookies out the jar. It's like, nah, I'll probably play that if I find it. If you can find that one, drop it in there. I'll play that one.
Yeah, they reach out for comment, some of them, but they don't always put them out.
Okay.
And PR team, they give comment, and sometimes they cut half of the comment off of things that we're trying to put out, and they put what portion they want the public to know. And that's why that Michael Mack statement is really true. Like, it's they are gearing and shifting people to what they want them to believe or want them to know.
Would you run for office again?
I am. I definitely am going to run again for both my seats. So that's why they're doing a smear campaign, because they cannot beat me. They cannot and will not beat me. So I just want them to know, bring it. But they bring it a different way, because they can't beat me. I do have the hearts of the people. People do believe in me. I am a big influencer. And that's why you see all the smoke in the mirrors, because they want to stop what my voice is and make them say, don't believe her because she this, and that, with no truth, no facts.
All right, now explain this one to me too. Now, I also saw another article about your salary was being called into question, and then also something that you put forth that the next person that is in office, if it's not you, would be getting $25,000, which is a lower salary than what you're getting now. So talk to me about that and what that story, like, where did that come from?
Okay. So for my salary, a lot of people don't tell the truth. So I'm going to set the record straight.
Mhm.
My salary was already there. It was from my predecessor. He had that salary, and all I did when I got sworn in, I took over whatever salary he had. So no one said nothing 30 years ago. He had it for 30 years, right?
Okay.
No one ever questioned that he make too much money. But today, when a woman take over, a young black woman, it's a problem. Why is that? Why all the noise over what someone make? As long as they doing the work and they qualify for the seat, why do you have a problem?
That's not the issue. The issue that they're talking about is how she made it to where the next person, anybody who run to get elected, to get nominated, elected for that job, their salary is going to start at $25,000 a year, while her current sitting salary is $225,000 a year for the supervisor job. The guy who had it for 30 years was there 30 years. I guess 30 years it accumulated up to that much. She filled in for him. I believe he died. She filled in for him, and she kept his same exact salary. Then she put a provision in place to lower the salary of the next person who would get the job. It was automatically going to drop down to $50,000 a year, and then gradually, incrementally work its way up on up. You know, as long as you stay in, the more you get paid. She put something in there to make it start all the way down at 25,000.
Problem with what they make. We all choose our career paths. It come with different amounts. So mine came with that stipend, and then the other amount was 50,000 from my mayorship. So I got two different positions.
Right, because the way they make it seem like you make 200 and
It's 224 for
okay.
supervisor,
Okay.
and it's 50 for mayor.
Okay.
But it's two different seats. But I didn't make the salary up.
Right,
It was already there.
there.
So I just want to clear that up because people think that I came in and made up a number. I did not. Now, as it relates to the ordinance, I said this too on his show. It's an ordinance that was already on the books that no matter who would have ran against him, the salary would have went to $50,000. No matter.
Nobody is arguing that. She's doing the acronym AIM, acknowledge, ignore, then move on, because she's talking about everything other than the part that people have questions about.
What?
Okay.
But no one researched it. Again, they just ran a story and they put an ordinance up because everybody was complaining that I make too much money. Okay, cool. We went, pulled the ordinance, because that's how I found out about it. Pulled the ordinance, and then we just cut it in half. We went from 50,000 to 25,000. They making it seem that we went from 224,000 to 25,000. That's not true. We went from.
So if anybody was complaining that she was making too much money, she didn't cut her money. She cut the money of the person who would run against her. Like that somehow makes any sense. I'm making too much money. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to make sure that the person who tries to run against me, they're going to start off at even less than the 50,000 or so that it already is. Like that. Like that's the epitome of being corrupt. To deter somebody from running against you by making it to where they're going to be basically below minimum wage when they start off. That's somebody who's trying to stay in office forever. That's somebody who's trying to be the mayoral dictator in chief over there.
50,000 to 25,000. That's it. And then that's something else I'll give you. I'll give you the
You're trying to stay in the position till she died and pass it down to her daughter. That's what she's trying to do with that.
Documents. You could put it on your screen. 25,000. That's it. And then that's something else I'll give you. I'll give you the documents. You could put it on your screen to show the public. Because again, the media is misleading the people, and that's what I have a problem with.
This feels like a documentary or something.
How does Angela Yee not follow up with the right question of, it was 50,000. Why did you drop it down to 25,000? Well, she answered that question by saying people were saying that it was that we were being paid too much. Out of all the salaries that you could possibly decrease, why decrease the salary of the person who would be running against your job? It's like, to not ask that question and not make her answer the obvious rationale behind that. It's just you either slow, you're disingenuous, or y'all are doing a right hand talking to the left hand sock puppet interview.
Yeah, that's coming.
Oh, it is coming.
Yeah,
because I feel like just from me hearing you talk about doing the podcast, and then now all these things that I haven't seen necessarily happen. And I want to say, like, I know Hill Harper is running for office in Michigan, right, for Senate, but he's been going through a lot that
really?
he said he was very shocked at happening, you know, in politics. Like you hear about it all the time, but until you experience it, you don't know what it.
All right. Now here's this. I gotta play this one. Because she's saying nobody will interview her. But when people do interview her, this is how it goes. Hold up. Where the hell did my... Oh, no, I didn't lose my stuff. Hold on. Hold up. All right, here we go. Here we go. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Hold up.
All right. This is what it looked like when people actually ask her questions for real.
Not handle anything.
Hotel. Henyard and her allies spent thousands on everything from steak dinners to hotels and what appeared to be first-class airfare.
I do
That's when they was in Vegas. The Vegas bills, yeah.
not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Actually, we have a lot more questions, but neither different.
Shout out to... That's how I go when she get asked questions. It goes just like that. Shout out to Machismo TV putting 5 on it. It says, good analysis, bro. Well done, sir. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate you. If there's any other super chats or anything that I missed, let's try to dig those up and put them on the screen. But I think that is everybody. That's everybody. All right. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. And while we're at it, while I pull this next one up, no better time than no time for...
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
All right, let's get back into it. We can put the link in the chat if anybody else wants to come up and participate in this discussion. Anybody else wants to come and participate in this discussion? Let's get the link in the chat room. I wasn't planning on being on for too much longer than where we at right now. Wasn't planning on being on for too much longer, but we'll give anybody else who want to have their say an opportunity to say something before we move the hell up on out of here.
It's like, that's true. You could have never anticipated any of these things happening, I'm sure.
No, but I knew that politics had a lot of corruption in it. But that's the issue. When you don't play their game, because it is the boys' clubs, no matter what people say, this is what happens. They do smear campaigns on you. They try to put doubt in the people that support you, minds of your character. It's character assassination. It's defamation of character. It's all of the above. That is true. So that's why I always try to go talk to the kids, because I want to encourage them to still believe in public service. No matter what it is, believe in that, because they might want to run for office. Everybody don't have the credentials or have the money to go to school to be a doctor, a lawyer, anything like that. They can actually still help the public by being a public service. But they can start small,
Right.
park district, library board, school board, and then work their way up to a municipal seat or a city seat. But just know that
She stayed talking about the corruption while being corrupt. It is amazing that they could do that. It is amazing that she's about to try to pull off a podcast. Like that part is just absolutely 100% amazing. I'm about to take a second here because I want to look at this again. this quote. Now keep in mind, I don't buy the person that said that she put a hit out on somebody. But I did want to read this. It says she said she created her charity at a board meeting. She voted to have $10,000 sent to her charity. She locked the trustees out of the office. She hired a hit on the trustee. I don't believe that one. At least there's no evidence for that one. She went to jail for breaking the cars. Damn, that's not the thing. Hold on, wait. She had her driveway paid. She fired the police chief she didn't agree with. She fired the lady who called her on her BS. Yes, she's firing people that she disagree with. Called on her BS in front of the world to see. I don't know what she's talking about. That's the part I wanted to see. I don't know what she's talking about the ice skating ring, $1.3 million while in a deficit. Did she like pay money to build that with the taxpayers' dollars? That makes no sense. I don't know nothing about that. I wanted to read this comic because it was just saying a bunch of stuff that I didn't know about going in. I know about the not paying the bills on the squad cars around the same time she was in Vegas making it rain. I know about shutting down the businesses of people who were on the news saying things about her that she didn't like, or as the one woman said, we didn't pay the queen's ransom. Like, I know about all of that. I know about the closed doors at the meetings and not letting the people in and blocking them. Like, is news evidence of all of that? It's like it's news evidence of so many different things that she's done. The lowering the wage of the person who would be, taking her position. We know about all of that one. And we know about the not just the lowering the wage of the person that will be taking her position. To me, that is the biggest one. That's the big one that's where you're trying to stay in office indefinitely. But the other big one, damn it. Wait a minute. I'm forgetting the other big one. Yeah, forgive me. Oh, the damn charity. Now that charity one is wild. That charity one is wild, and that's almost, it would be separate from her mayor and supervisor corruption. It would be separate from that, but she's using the two interchangeably, and she got the people that work for her and under her on the other stuff working on the board of her charity that's not reported. It's like when you do that and then you collect hundreds of thousands of dollars for cancer, but you don't have to report none of the money because it's not an officially registered charity, but you don't got to report what's going on. It's like you're pocketing that money, but you use the taxpayers' dollars to help promote, fund, and do events for the charity to collect the money. And got all your people on the board, but your name not on the board. It's like everything about that is just absolute, total, 100% through and through corruption outright. In Black media itself, we always say that here, support Black media. But Black media itself is the ones that's running interference for her. That's running absolute and total interference. But be that as it may, it is closing in on 12 noon. I said I was starting at 10, getting off at 12. I have made it to the point. God damn it. Every time I try to get all the way off the air, OGJ Speed didn't hop in here. I'm trying to, I had made up my mind. I was wrapping it up. Now here you come. What's going on, OG? I got love for you. You know I got love for you.
But I'm just wondering, what the hell is going on over here?
What you mean what's going on over here?
When is this shit gonna stop, man?
When is what gonna stop?
When we gonna stop attacking black women, bro?
The OG.
And that's all we got to do now. That's what it is now. That's the party now. We just gonna keep this going in 2024.
Oh, you wanted us to? Oh my God. Okay, I got a full on assault. This guy scam likely. He's worse than OG. I'll let this go for a little bit. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and lay it on me. I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I shouldn't be calling out this corrupt mayor who the things that she's doing is mostly affecting black people who she's serving for. But okay, all right.
Has she been charged with anything?
Not yet. It's under investigation.
Okay, so what we know about the history of the FBI?
You tell me.
FBI investigates stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's their job.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it used to be a time that we used to sit back and let people do their job before we start attacking our own people. But it seemed like it's proper. I mean, it's feasible and it's trendy in the last 10 to 15 years for us to beat up on each other in prison, bro. And I'm saying this from the women's side and the men's side. And I'm just wondering when this shit gonna stop.
All right, well, two things. One, as far as waiting for the FBI to do their job, I mean, it's stuff that's like public record that you could see that's happening that she's doing. I mean,
yeah, but here you got a woman. I'm gonna let Scam Light to come in there in just a second. Here you got a woman who ran was the president wife who ran, what was it, Salvation Army or Red Cross? This one was making more money than her husband as a president. Mm-hmm. Corruption is not loophole. If that's the case, I would call Donald Trump one of the biggest criminals in the United States. But things that you can do that laws and regulations and policies have been done is not corrupt. It might be not something you like. It might be something somebody's taking advantage of, but I'm just saying, why everything got to be?
That's the argument that they sort of made against me, because I was like alluding to the fact that Donald Trump is corrupt in his own ways, and the chick Angela Yee tried to get Tiffany Henyard to criticize Trump, but she refused to criticize Trump. My argument is that Trump do a lot of things within the guidelines, within the confines of the tax code to squeeze any benefit that he can. That's when, so basically he just admit, no, I don't pay my taxes because I'm smart. If it's a problem with the tax code, they need to change the tax code, but I'm going to benefit from it. That's what Trump say. And
I understand that, and I agree along with
that falls in the category of you don't like it, it don't feel right, but he didn't break the law. But she's done some legit stuff that
no. Allegedly.
Backpedal alert.
Is he moonwalking? Is he moonwalking on us? Scam like
what did I moonwalk on?
Moonwalking in mile 5.
What did I moonwalk on?
You something else, Bernard.
Hold on, I got y'all. Wait a minute. I think I got. Damn it! I hope I didn't get rid of that.
I thought
here we go. Hold on. I got y'all. Here we go.
Billie Jean.
No, I was being fair and drawing parallels that there are other people who operate in a corrupt way that everybody that people still support and rock with. And that's why I was saying that black people, they try to beat up on Trump for this or that, but they give a pass for Tiffany Henyard. But I said in many ways they're one in the same. I was pointing that out.
Scam lightly. Windmill alert.
Windmill alert. Aisle 6. Windmill alert.
I called most of my audience is conservative leaning, most maybe half, and I'm willing to say that Trump be on some corrupt stuff his damn self. That ain't windmilling. That's you know. Anyway, if I would have said if I was to say Trump ain't never did nothing wrong, and then just go right back to riding on Tiffany Henyard, then you would have a point. But all right, go ahead. I'll throw it to Scam Likely. See if.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just saying, lying, cheating, deceit, and moving goalposts and sliding the money up and down the laws sound like the manosphere to me. And y'all said y'all wanted fit, feminine, friendly. There it goes. So I don't see why y'all just fall in line and rock with her.
Tiffany Henyard, that's a fit, feminine, friendly woman we
Fit,
should get
feminine,
behind
friendly.
and support. All right.
Yeah, that's the manosphere said they wanted, but they be sliding goalposts, statistics, data, suckering money out of people. I'm just saying. Sounds like it's within the standards to me, sir. Since there are no standards, I'm just saying. Anybody seen any goalposts? Missing goalposts. Last seen in a parking lot, Walmart. Here go your goalpost. Here go your goalpost. All right, that's the moved goalpost for you. All right, go ahead, Hood Conservative. Go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic. I was about to get off the air. I don't know why I let these dudes. Go ahead, Hood.
Well, you put the link in the chat. I mean, you asked for this. This is what you wanted to happen.
I know. I put the link
and now we're here.
No, I'm good with you. It's these two. But no, I put the link in the chat. Then like 10 minutes went by and I started wrapping up the show. Then OG pop up and then he pop up and I'm like, now I'm being held hostage. But all right, go ahead, Hood.
Somebody said,
and you know what? And that's why I jumped in the chat, because I'm like, y'all not just gonna come up there and have gang war on my homie like this. This shit ain't cool. And then two, like, listen. So basically, we will okay any level of debauchery, corruption, and then just general fuckery, as long as there's a black woman with a tight wig and a nice smile. This is why you niggas suck, and this is why we lose, because you niggas suck.
No, y'all lose because the women are kicking y'all ass.
Yeah, I said the women are
You a fucking cheerleader. Don't tell me the women are kicking men's asses and you got a fucking pom-pom where your ball should be.
At least I got a ball. At least I got a ball. Yours been gone a long time ago.
You geriatric motherfucker. Those are pom-poms. You cheerleading like a motherfucker right now.
She kicked me in the nuts. The women's. Woman spanking that ass, sir. While me and Jay Speed up in the bleachers, I'm pouring like, oh, hit him with
and you are team girl. Yeah, you are team woman.
You know what? I was.
You're team woman though.
I was just about to say, by the logic, if they're spanking our ass, wouldn't they be also spanking yours?
Absolutely not.
Hood said, but you know, because you're team woman, so you can't you can't take the same
I'm not in
L.
the gender war, sir. I'm in the parking lot.
Same L, because you're in the gender war.
Absolutely not.
Yes,
no, not because the ones
tell me otherwise, bro.
Hey, the ones y'all want, y'all want, we don't want. Y'all just spend time talking about them.
You want this bitch?
Not in the gender war. You've clearly picked your side and raised sword and shield and up here fighting. God damn it! You
picked my side. I opted out of the gender war. I'm not.
Your opinion is like that jacket you got on, Bernard.
What's wrong with my jacket? My jacket is amazing. My opinions must be awesome. I don't hate on the jacket.
That leather jacket.
I got more zippers on my shit than Michael Jackson. I don't care what you talking about.
You need some armor all, sir.
Only thing he missing is the red color.
I can't do red. I do brown. I do brown and black.
You need some kiwi and armor all.
Those are more masculine colors. But you pom pom waving, y'all do pink leather.
Right. This is why things are the way they are, bro. Because we got traitors on the team. Like you wearing the man's jersey, but you're shaking a girl's pom pom.
What team you talking about, sir?
Not on that team. I'm in the
What team are you talking about? You talking about the Clipper team y'all been on for the last 15 years?
The what team?
Clippers.
Clippers?
The Clippers. The NBA Clippers.
Clippers pretty good.
Yeah, until they get to the one point, and then they always lose with the. They always get you all hyped. They always get you always hyped, and then what happened?
Yo,
Clippers have overcome
bro,
their
how is it
reputation of being,
hold on.
bad.
How are these WNBA fans up here talking about an actual basketball team? You are a WNBA watcher. You up here talking shit about real basketball players. Get the fuck out of here.
And you know what? It was bad enough you was losing with the Clipper, but when you let a girl dunk over you, you were just a sorry ass conservative.
I agree with the WNBA statement. It stands for whip the nigga bitch ass. Continue.
Oh man. Hey, y'all remember that news story that went around where people like literally putting up $1 million for a WNBA team to play a high school boys state championship team? Who do y'all think will win that? Scam Likely and OG.
Why are you so obsessed with competing?
No,
with women?
I'm just no. I'm not.
Why do you notice stuff?
I thought that was an interesting story. It went all around. Everybody covered it. It wasn't about competing with women. It was just taking a jab at the WNBA. I'm just curious. Who do y'all think?
Well, at least you consistent.
Oh, hold on. Taking a jab. How are you going to say you're not competing with women, then say I was taking a jab at the NBA? That's fighting with women, ain't it?
Bro, hold on. Women are competing with men. You motherfuckers always start out with a lie. Women are competing with men.
When? You talking about the men who got their balls sawed off and become a wrestler? That's what you're talking about?
No. So listen, you're trying to tell this story like men are out there.
I'm just asking the question.
That's literally the opposite of what's going on.
I'm just asking the question.
Do what men do.
No, just stay on the analogy of the men who do try to compete against against the women. Those are the ones, y'all on that team, y'all got the pom poms for that, but
absolutely not.
They cut their balls off to go do it, but that's a whole.
Absolutely.
But that's more from your team. That's more from your team to cut the balls off and go wrestle.
No.
Yes. No. Y'all want the revenge so bad you're willing to cut your balls off to wrestle.
Revenge, arguing the perspective of men.
No idea how
not
the world
about
works.
Revenge for women.
No,
all right?
Listen what I just said, Bernard.
Here's the deal.
Bernard.
I see the internal logic.
Thank you.
Against the woman, then you're trying to say that we're the trans guy cutting his dick off to go.
Yeah, you will go as far as
the point that we didn't.
That's coming in 6 months.
We didn't concede the point
with the robots.
We didn't concede the point. I'm interested that y'all will not answer the question. It's just a very casual question.
Okay. Ask the question. Who they playing against? Who they playing against?
If the WNBA champs played against a state championship high school boys basketball team, who would win? It's just a simple question.
The women, because I'll be the referee.
There it is.
That's a perfect answer. That is a perfect answer. Listen. They only have what they have because whole niggas live in the world too. If there weren't as many whole niggas running around, there wouldn't be so many boss bitches running around.
If you had the conservative, if you had the woman that was the woman of your life, you wouldn't have this much time to be bullshitting all through this goddamn internet talking about women all the time.
I already had the woman of my life.
You say had. I'm talking. Wait. You say, yeah. What is your real job? Sitting there with a goddamn case of Vaseline, looking at Pornhub.
Nigga, I actually got a business to run. This is a hobby for me, bro. I don't wait till I retire. I do this in my actual spare time.
Coming up with contrived, convoluted reasons why he just need to shut up because you get.
No, I want him to keep talking, but not.
You don't want to hear nobody say
that. But not.
Where you gotta basically say, man, you must ain't got no life. If you was getting pussy, you wouldn't be on the internet doing this. As if people can't have a hobby and get on the internet, or people make money on the internet on YouTube.
Can't come down here and make a noise.
And they work real jobs, and they have a woman in their life that they fuck every now and then. And they got time to podcast.
But not. Well, why you not on the internet as much as you used to be?
Like you gotta be a perfect nigga to
but not. No, that's not for you, conservative. We already know what your answer is. See, Bernard really do have somebody in his life.
That don't got nothing.
He's not working for. He's not waiting for the Model 504 robot to come out.
Nigga, you was on Kendrick G host shopping. You was host shopping on Kendrick
Talking
G. Get
shit.
the fuck out of here with
Talking
that.
shit. You better look at the interview. Hey, no. Talking shit. Talking shit.
You was out
Get
there
it.
your
You
contract
don't.
around.
You couldn't
looking for a
take
bitch
none
to
of
sign
that.
a deal.
Hey, Bernard.
You looking for a girl to sign a
Bernard.
deal, though. Was you not looking for a woman to sign your deal?
You gotta be quiet.
Was you or was you?
No. Again, Bernard, did you look at that interview? Was that one of the most funniest motherfucking shit you ever seen in your life?
I was entertained.
Thank you. You think that I actually
Were you not?
No, I was not.
You was
asshole.
You was trying to get signed to a deal.
No. I was not trying to get signed to a deal because whatever I need is right here in California. Y'all don't even understand what I did. I was helping y'all team out.
You did good. I know.
Nothing he's ever done has helped me. I don't.
Not you. You just a waste of goddamn time. We already know nobody can help you out. But the nearest goddamn institution.
What was helpful about you going over there waving that contract around?
The only thing that help you out, conservative, is the nearest institution with a little bit of medication.
Right, but you was up there basically trying to negotiate the price of a bitch with Kendrick G.
I recommend 4 gallons of medication.
Again, you were up there trying to negotiate the price of love with Kendrick G, right? Listen, you want a woman.
No, sir.
This and this, you gonna take her around.
If you just had a half a brain, you would have known what I was doing.
Yeah, you was up. I looked at it more so marketing and just going up there being entertaining, drawing traffic, even though you don't care that much about blowing up on the internet, but you did say that
I got 200 and something subscribers with less than 8 hours from that goddamn show.
Yes. And you did say that you would have liked to do a one-on-one special guest interview.
Thank you. And talk about relationships.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so yes, you was trying to get signed to Kendrick G Records.
But it don't make any difference.
I mean, it's not that fucking secret, bro.
For you, everything is a secret.
Dude, you up there? You pretending like you got a magic recipe?
Are you jealous you can't show your face? Are you jealous you can't show your face in public? Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Wait. Is it that we will find out you got a picture in the post box? I'm gonna say the post office if you show your face. Is that the reason you jealous you can't get up there and do it?
Listen, all my crimes are paid for.
No, he's
all my crimes have been paid for. I owe the state nothing, and I stand on everything I ever did. Now what?
Well, you're probably standing on that belly you probably holding over your goddamn knees.
I don't even know what you mean, old nigga.
He's trying to call you.
But wait a minute. I might be old, but your belly probably look like a goddamn stack of pancakes at that IHOP.
Why would you be so concerned? Like, why does it matter to you if I'm fat?
Because again, this is why you up and complain about women.
How come you're not?
Because you look like the average woman in America now.
Real quick.
So no matter how, go ahead, Bernard, you got it.
KP from KZ5 in the building. He says, "Sir, simple a lot. Scam likely and his cohort, the Negrosaurus." Thank you. KP from KC5 in the building with a super chat. And also thank you, F Holiday in the building. Is on Kendra D trying to make Whoopi with the Geritol Queen. Oh man.
Halftime score. Women's 46, men's -0. Continue.
Go ahead, Hood Service. I
he don't have too much to say.
I can't.
We're gonna pull his bitch card today.
If you don't care
we're gonna
about
pull his bitch card today.
If you're not in it for the money, why you care about your subscriber count going up? Why would you even make that whole move? But wait a minute. One thing I'm not gonna do, I'm never gonna push that button to monetize. I play music. You know what kind of music I play?
I play simp music over there because I keep you motherfuckers like you off my channel. Because I know you cannot hear any song with love in it. So you hear one song with love in it, I know your ass is not coming. And I'm never going to push that button to say monetize.
Yo, this nigga just gave a Tiffany Henyard answer. You heard that shit, right? That was a straight up Tiffany Henyard answer, bro.
I don't think you got to do all that to keep hood conservative off of your channel. That's a bit
Tiffany
much.
Henyard.
I think he just will just naturally stay.
Fruits and vegetables will keep him off your channel.
Two sentences from you, I think he'll just stand clear.
How can he win? How can hood conservative win? And he can't even tackle the goddamn refrigerator yet.
Yeah, he can't even beat the women. You can fight one of my.
I mean, he having a hard problem pushing food out of his mouth, but he wants to fight a grown ass woman. He got to tackle that refrigerator first, and them butter biscuits he be eating every goddamn morning.
You know, this is another reason why I may never actually cam up, because you really need me to be fat.
This guy. Women.
He's probably got syrup running down the crack of his mouth right now as he eating a pancake with some butter biscuits and got chicken on
it. Never mind. Never mind. Hood conservative camera has slipped up and came on before I saw him. He ain't fat. Nah, he ain't fat.
Well,
I mean, and it's not even like I'm just like a secret nigga. I'm cammed up with certain people just because we was doing business or whatever.
Yeah, I seen you, but my eyes and baby eyes, mostly in America, is not strong enough to watch you more than goddamn 5 minutes. Our eyes just not strong enough.
What's going on? I'd like.
I really do not wish I was beautiful for you, OG. I just hope you understand how I do not want to be beautiful in your eyes. I just need you to understand that.
What's going on? I'd like to spend a special shout out to all the ladies out there. Women's whooping that ass. Women's whooping that ass.
All right, man.
This is like a Negro spiritual. This is the shit that we used to sing when we had to get up off the plantation. This is why we was following the North Star.
You never left the plantation.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and there's women running and they're spanking that ass.
This is why he can't stand Harriet Tubman. This is why he can't stand Harriet Tubman. He a speaker. She's never existed because there's no way a woman could have did that.
Harriet Jenkins oppressed him, and he can't get over it.
Is that your position that Harriet Tubman never existed?
She exists in his mind.
OG just mad because I be talking shit about his first baby mama.
No, I'm a scared hood servant. Like, Tiffany, you hear him?
First baby mama, Joe.
OG probably made a little runaway slave babies with Harriet Tubman.
First baby mama joke. You get a hand clap.
All right.
Your jokes are just like watching paint dry.
We about to wrap it on up. I entertained you guys. I was greatly entertained. But
thank you, Bernard. Thank you.
Likely, I was going to say I didn't need that, but I guess it didn't kill me. It didn't kill me to let y'all make me laugh for 15 minutes. It didn't kill me.
You want to reward, but before we go, Bernard, you really won something this morning because you the first person we jumped this week.
Oh, y'all be going around jumping people?
Oh, yeah, most certainly.
Yeah, we just
jumped.
Not you, Bernard. We take it, but Bernard, we really take it light on you because we know you're kind of like you fair. You fair.
I don't think hood conservative feel jumped. I mean, like
he's been jumped all his life. Don't worry about him. He's jumped, punched, drunk, and everything else. So he wouldn't feel anything right about now.
He's been ganked and spanked by all the women. So
I don't think anybody feels jumped at all. But all right, we about to get up out of here. I'd like to thank everybody for coming on out. And,
all right, thank you for having us on the show.
This was like this is almost an all-time low, and maybe it was because I was rapping. People saw I was wrapping up, but normally when OG come up here clowning, the numbers normally stay the same or they go up a little bit. This time they went down. Like this was a failed attempt at letting you clown for a little bit, OG. This one ain't work. It normally work. I normally get a little more traffic. This was all bad. This was all bad. But all right. Much love and respect to you. I don't know about this scam likely dude. I don't know. But all right, we ought to get out of here.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
I'm actually mad he left. I was going to tell him to take us out of here with the harmonica. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we out of here. Peace. We gone.